What do most people get wrong when installing a column radiator for the first time?
The measurements, and because like with a traditional radiator you just have the two brackets and like you just sort of like mark them up, measure the distances, and or use your level or whatever. With these, some of them have the four brackets. You sort of like you have to just measure them and getting that right first time. And another thing I found with column rads is when I first started fitting them is heavy ones without feet that you're putting on walls in new builds, plaster, it can sort of like the weight of it can crumple the plasterboard in if it's been dot and dabbed or there's a gap between. Like if it's just like a hollow frame wall, if it's dot and dab, you can just screw straight into the breeze block behind it, and you can use these screws that are really cool called Corfix.
Right.
And it's basically a screw. You put this screw into the plasterboard wall, and the distance between like the hollow space from the dot and dab to wherever you're fixing to, there's just a little metal sleeve, and the sleeve sort of like goes over the screw, and it basically just reinforces that hollow gap so that it can't bend down or where there's no movement. So you just put the screw in, you slide this metal sleeve over, and the hollow gap. But the other thing what I have struggled with column rads before is when I've hung them on hollow walls, like what you get in new builds, and it's just plasterboard, I have had where it's just like crumpled in the plasterboard. So what I've had to do is you have to either look for a joist, a bit of wood, or filler it inside